From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
Song
better than
better than you were about to say better than anything we played recently. Yes. Hey, that was fun. Maybe that should be our new theme song. Hey guys, I'm so excited that you're back for another edition of the Swish Edition. It's April 17th and this episode is called All Aboard. We'll let you know why later on in the show, but Dale, I gotta tell you, did you know today is National Haiku Poetry Day?
Oh, the one that doesn't rhyme?
It doesn't rhyme. It's all about syllables. So haiku is the Japanese poetic form that consists of, so it's 3 lines. The first line is 5 syllables. The second line is 7 syllables. And the third line is another 5 syllables. So I decided to come up with one. And I wonder, could I challenge you to come up with one off the spot without thinking about it? I'm going to read mine. I shouldn't do that. It's hard.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. You've had hours to work on this.
I did. All right, so here's mine. Robert Scott Wallace, a hot man of the people, making people laugh. That's my haiku.
There you go. There you go. And you have it.
There you go. Not to be confused, not to ruin the effect of Haiku Day, which is today, but it's also National Cheese Ball Day and National Banana Day.
Hey.
How are you going to celebrate that?
Wash my dick and masturbate.
You are a cheese ball. That's for sure. I want to talk about this because it's so fun. Dale and I know a lot about BarkBox. We've had BarkBox here at our house for several years. We just recently canceled it because we have so many dog toys in this house.
It's been about a year, right?
I think it's been about 6 months since we canceled it.
Because my problem with BarkBox is I love it. For one, it's not for the dogs, it's for the people.
It's so creative. They're so creative there.
We have 2 dogs. One's a player of toys, and the other one's not. The one who is not rips up the toys when he does get them, and the other one keeps them forever.
Right.
And I wish monthly is too often.
Yeah, I wish there was a every 3 months. Yeah, exactly.
We have so many backed up treats.
But they theme them. They theme them.
They're great.
We actually have one here. Look, on my shelf here, I have the Mystery Machine. They did an entire month of Scooby-Doo.
It's brilliant. That business is brilliant.
And so I didn't allow the dogs to have the Mystery Machine. I have it up here on my shelf in my office.
Yeah.
It might be Ghostbusters. It might be.
We've had that cool Las Vegas themed one.
Yeah, there was a Las Vegas one. There was a New
Year's
Eve
Bellagio,
one.
It was Barkologio or something, wasn't it?
Something along those lines. Yeah. Anyway, BarkBox has millions of subscribers, but now they're getting into a brand new business, which is kind of crazy. So they've decided to start a weekly charter service for dogs. This is airplanes. They're going to serve New York City, Los Angeles, and London to start. They're using Gulfstream G5s. This is pretty cool. It starts May 23rd. The dogs, when they get on the ground and they get to the airport, on the private side of the airport, which is where I think we should be. I would love to only visit the private side of the airport.
Right.
The dogs will meet each other on the ground prior to flight to make sure they all get along, and a chef will make the humans a pre-flight meal. because they don't serve meals on the airplane because the dogs might go crazy.
Yeah.
It's $6,000 for one owner and one dog. That's domestically, and then $8,000 if you're flying from New York to London. It's
not for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
And I am against taking pets on planes because I think regular commercial service is horrible. But this I could get behind.
I have to tell you, and maybe you guys know if you've listened to our show before, my father was an airline pilot for his entire career, from the time he was in his 20s until he retired in his 60s. He has always said, do not check animals as luggage on a commercial airplane.
Do not put them under the plane.
Do not do it. It's horrible.
Or put them in the overhead, apparently.
Nobody does that.
You don't remember that story from last year or 2 years ago?
Someone put a dog in the overhead compartment?
She or he claimed that the attendant made them put the dog in the overhead, and when they landed, she got the dog, and it was dead.
I don't remember that story because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It was like a puppy or something.
Now, in very certain circumstances, they do allow dogs on commercial flights in the actual cabin, but most people check their dogs as luggage, and it's horrible down there. It's dark. It's loud.
Cold.
It's not heated. They can't go to the bathroom. There's nothing to eat. It's horrible down there. And a lot of dogs die, and the airlines have no responsibility for it. They have it in their charter or whatever, the ticket price. We're not responsible if your dog dies down there.
As they should be. They shouldn't be down there anyway. I would refuse to do it.
Yeah. There's another company called K9 Jets that does a similar service. And actually, my uncle's ex-boyfriend actually used them recently to get from his house in Maine to his house in Palm Springs.
Nice.
That's how you do it.
Right.
When you've got a lot of money. So I don't know if this even means anything to anyone. But guess what? If you are on the West Coast and you don't have a dog, there's a new thing starting up, and I'm actually very excited about this because I love train travel, and I want it to be a thing here in the United States like it is in Europe.
I so want it to be a thing.
I so want it to be a thing, but Amtrak sucks. Amtrak just has not delivered for America.
That's because it's public and not private. That's why.
This is a new company called...
Would you agree with me on that?
I do agree with you.
That's the reason why Amtrak sucks.
Amtrak is just like the Postal Service, which we're going to talk about later in the show. It's a private organization that is governmentally funded.
Correct.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible in every way.
Gross.
This is a new company called Dreamstar Lines. They're launching an overnight train connecting San Francisco and Los Angeles using existing tracks, the same tracks that Amtrak uses, the same tracks that they use for cargo.
Well, that's not good.
However, so it's going to take some time. That's why it's an overnight train. It's not a bullet train like they have in Japan. Okay. But they're going to have, look at this picture. Doesn't that look pretty?
It's very pretty.
They have high-end amenities. They're going to have modern sleeping cars with private all of the rooms are going to have their own bathrooms, including a shower. Some of them have queen-size beds, for God's sakes. You don't find that on any train anywhere.
No.
And also high-speed internet on your entire trip. They're also thinking about adding train cars so that you can put your car on the train so that when you get to your destination, your car is there with you.
Perfect.
How perfect is that?
That's awesome.
So literally, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're in Los Angeles. You get on the train, right? You get settled in your room. You go down to the dining car. You have a couple drinks. You have dinner. You go back to your room. You watch a movie. You go to sleep. And you wake up in the morning, have breakfast, and then you're in fucking San Francisco. I love that. What could be better than that?
It could be really cool.
Anyway, it beats the shit out of Amtrak's rickety old crap. I'll tell you that. Even Excella sucks. And I did a lot of Excella between DC and New York. And
I think it saves you 28 minutes. $300 more, and it saves you 28 minutes.
Rather than driving, is that what you're saying?
I think there's like only 4 stops they miss.
Yeah. Or you could fly.
There needs to be a nonstop DC to New York City.
Without stopping.
Penn Station, nonstop.
They don't have the tracks for that. There's no way to do it.
Right.
We have not prioritized that. Not like they did in Italy. Oh, Italy is so efficient.
It makes no sense to me that you have one of the most popular train routes from DC to New York City, right? It's the only one.
And we can't
that
figure
is the most popular.
Can't figure out how to do it.
And they refuse to spend money on it.
Yeah.
To get bigger tracks. Amtrak has said the tracks suck.
There's a train that goes from my parents' house in Williamsburg, Virginia, up to Washington, D.C., and it goes through Richmond, Virginia. When the train gets to Richmond, Virginia, it has to go 15 miles an hour because the tracks are so fucking old. Literally, I'm not even joking.
It's their fault because
15 miles an hour.
They haven't planned for this. And the only reason to fix it is to stop service for however many days.
And just start over. Rip it all out and start over. Right. That's what I say. And I'm going to talk about ripping it all out and starting over real soon, later in the show. I got some more transportation news, and this is another thing that burns me up, Dale. I've been thinking about this and reading about this for weeks, and it just makes me so mad because we just went through it here in Las Vegas. The Port of Oakland just this past week approved the controversial airport name change of the Oakland Airport. They are now going to call the Oakland Airport the San Francisco Bay Oakland International Airport. Because, why are they doing this? Because they think most people are stupid and don't know where Oakland is. They don't realize that Oakland is an alternative airport to get to San Francisco.
And that could be true. That very well could be true. But who gives a shit?
But is that Oakland's business?
Who gives a shit?
Is that right?
Who wants to go to fucking Oakland anyway? Unless you live there, people aren't going there. It's like, oh, I'm spending a week in Oakland.
Right?
No one's doing that.
No, but it might be a convenient airport to fly into if you're going to San Francisco. It's just as close as SFO to the city. It's really not that far. It's right across the bridge.
Seriously?
Yeah, right across the bridge.
That takes you 3 hours to get across.
No, it does not take that long. It does not.
It does.
It does not. Anyway, the point is that when a major city like Oakland or Las Vegas changes the name of the airport, it costs the taxpayers millions and millions of dollars.
Yep.
Why? You have to change all the fucking signage all over town. All over the airport. I mean, there are tons of signs on the roads that lead to the airport that say, here's the airport. This is the name of the airport.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars. So,
I remember hearing a story, because the DC Metro is like when we lived there, they were extending it to Dulles, right?
Yeah, and every time they add a new station.
They had to change the signage in all the existing stations. So every time it opened a new station, signage alone cost like $3 million.
Unbelievable ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's because these fucking city planners can't plan ahead. Really.
But
don't even get me started. Don't even get me started about the DC Metro system because it's so dumb that the red line doesn't make a circle.
Well,
but nobody cares about that. That's a very regional thing.
But the point you're making is, and the point that I'm making are completely different, is that they open new stations. That's an unavoidable cost. But the fact, if Dulles were to change its name, if I were Metro, I was like, you know what? I'm not paying the $3 million. If Dulles wants to pay, we can change the name.
It needs to be private funds.
It's going to be
Dulles
Northern
forever.
Virginia Airport or Dulles forever.
Listen, we agree on this. There's one thing that Dale and I agree on. Airports should not be named after fucking politicians. As much as I may have loved Ronald Reagan, DCA should not be Ronald Reagan.
Public buildings should not be named after anyone.
Buildings or airports. So we went from being McCarran Airport here in Las Vegas, which it was for decades. Just recently, in the last couple of years, it was now renamed for Harry Reid, who is the dearly departed senator from Nevada. Fuck him. Nobody liked him. Well, somebody liked him, obviously, if they wanted to. Right?
Well, he.
I'm sure he did a lot for our state.
I mean, he wasn't the most controversial.
But could it not just be Las Vegas International Airport?
Yeah.
Would that just not make more sense?
Well, it could be the Virginia taxpayers soon paying the bill to rename Dulles to Donald J. Trump.
Is somebody proposing that?
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dulles?
Congress is proposing to change the name.
That'd be awesome. That would be so awesome. Can't wait for that. Anyway, perhaps the Oakland officials should instead worry about the growing crime problem in Oakland, where all the businesses are closing downtown because crime is so bad. Maybe that's what they should put these dollars towards.
There you go.
Or how about the fact that they're losing all their sports teams to Las Vegas?
Exactly.
Yeah. I got some Disney news. Let's do a little lighter stuff here. I don't know if this is lighter because it's also kind of horrible. Disney World and Disneyland are cracking down on their disability access service program.
I love this.
They say that too many people are faking disabilities to get the special treatment to cut in line.
Thank God someone's doing something about it. Who has the balls to do something about it? Southwest needs to do it.
All right, we actually have friends who are disabled and need this service.
Of course.
And the people who are abusing it are ruining their experience and making them feel guilty for
exactly.
Yeah, right. So this is what Disney's doing. If you're caught, you will get a lifetime ban from Disney World and Disneyland for the rest of your life if you're caught abusing the system. And if you have a season pass, you're fucking out of luck. They're not going to refund it. It clearly says that in their new guidelines. It goes into effect May 20th at Walt Disney World and June 18th at Disneyland. I don't know why they're waiting. Like, why not? If you decide to do this, why not just make it like now? Why can't you just make it now?
Well, you why are you giving all your people?
Why are you giving people?
You got to train all your people.
Oh, so people are like, oh, I got till June 18th to fuck the system at Disneyland. So this is weird. So they're no longer allowing day of registration at Walt Disney World in Florida. You have to do it ahead of time, but you can do day of at Disneyland, which is weird to me. But guests must pre-register if you want to go to the Orlando resorts. You have to pre-register online, and you have to conduct a virtual video chat with a real live person to get permission to do this. And I think this is good. It's extra hoops people have to go through to get this pass.
Yep. And people who actually need this service, it's not Disney's fault.
But how do you prove
it's not Disney's fault?
How do you prove, though?
I don't know.
How do you prove that you need a wheelchair?
I don't know.
Do they force them, like, let me see you walk? Can you walk, bitch? What do they do? Like,
doctor's note?
What, you do that thing that they've done on TV where they make a loud, like someone's in, oh, they did it on the Brady Bunch. There was an accident, right? And the guy comes into the courtroom with one of those neck braces on.
Yeah.
And Mr. Brady threw his briefcase onto the floor, and the guy turned his neck really quickly, and they're like, yeah, your neck doesn't hurt. That's what they need to do. Or yell fire and see how fast they run out of their wheelchair. In other Disney news, poor Goofy. He's the dog, right? He's getting sued by a woman who visited Disneyland in April 2022. She's suing the resort because she claims Goofy, the cast member, fell on her, causing permanent injuries that necessitated significant medical care and emotional pain and suffering. She was apparently bent down tying her shoe when Goofy ran into her and knocked her down. Okay, I could see this happening, and I could see that it would be a complete accident.
Someone in a costume who can't see all the way. But how much permanent injury that requires you to sue when you're already bent down low to the ground tying your shoe?
You're tying your shoe and someone knocks you over. What exactly? How bad could it possibly be?
You're not knocked down. You just fell over.
She isn't only suing Disney. She's also suing the guy who was in the costume and the handler that was supposed to be there directing Goofy through the crowd.
It's all about money.
It's all about money. I seriously doubt, and I have no idea what this woman went through. Maybe she got hurt. I'm sure that if I was bent down tying my shoe and someone bumped into me and I fell down, I might skin my knee or I might get a scratch on my face.
Right.
But are you seriously going to be ruined for life?
No.
Are you going to get emotional pain and suffering? Seriously, because someone knocked you over?
And you know what?
I've been knocked over.
Right. And you know what you do in these types of cases? That if she should win, right, Disney should say, okay, I will pay this bitch what you order me to pay.
Yeah.
But as a liability, she is not allowed at any Disney park worldwide ever again.
You're banned for life.
Right.
Well, no, that's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say, here is your, what is she suing for? We don't know. Let's say it's $50,000. Give her the $50,000 and say, never show your face in this place again.
Right.
Yeah.
You are a liability.
You are a liability. Now, if it was something legitimate, like she was on a ride and the ride malfunctioned and she was hurt,
Well, sure.
I can get that. But you were pushed down while you're tying your shoe?
No.
Fucking just suck it up.
It's life, man.
What do they say?
Life.
Man up. Man up.
It's life. Shit happens.
U.S. postage stamps are likely to go up again this July 14th. A lot of people are up in arms about this. This is the 6th price hike since January 2021. First class stamps are now going from 68 cents to 73 cents, and people up in arms about this. When's the last time you fucking put a stamp on a letter?
So stupid.
When's the last time you, literally, Dale, I'm asking you, when's the last time you put a stamp on a letter?
Well, not since the holidays.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's the only time we do it.
I literally did it this morning, but that's only because it was a marketing piece for our business. But, you can go out and buy forever stamps right now for 68 cents, and they're good forever, right? So you can, avoid that. I have forever stamps in my desk right here below my microphone that I've had for 5 years. So I probably paid 42 cents for those.
Right.
Yeah. But here's the thing, guys. Before you get upset about this, how do we compare to other countries? I got a chart for this. Maybe I'll put this on our social media.
You have to because the prices, and I assume this is converted to dollars.
It's all converted to dollars, and it's converted to to current wages and all of that good stuff.
But the other thing that I've also noticed is starting from top to bottom, which is more expensive to least expensive, are also some of the smallest countries to the very largest countries in the world.
So what we're saying here is that
we got it freaking made.
The United States, literally, of all the developed countries in the entire world, the ones that matter, the United States has the cheapest postal rates of the entire world. We're at 63 cents. Australia is 85 cents. Japan is 86 cents. Brazil is 97 cents. But it goes up from there. The average in the world is $1.81 to send a letter or a card, all the way up to Italy. Italy. What the fuck is wrong with Italy?
Italy, one of the smallest countries.
It costs literally
almost $4.50.
$4.48 to send a birthday card to grandma.
And I believe that we're the third largest by land, right?
Yeah.
I think that's true. And you're looking at 63 cents from LA to New York.
Yeah.
You should be paying more for that. And when is the Postal Service going to start? They need to do it by time zone. Right?
Well, we don't do that. It's one
Pacific,
flat fee.
And I'm going to Mountain, then I'll pay 63 cents. But if I'm going to a state in Central, that's a little farther away. Maybe I pay $1.20.
Right. Why isn't it? So I literally sent a letter today across town about 9 miles away, and it costs the same amount of money than if I sent a birthday card to my mother who lives in Virginia all the way 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
How does that make any fucking sense?
Right.
Makes no sense. But here's what's happening, people, and this is maybe something that you don't know. The Postal Service posted a $6.5 billion loss in 2023 and is on track to lose more than $8 billion in fiscal 2024. The agency, which is run by a guy named DeJoy, he had this 10-year plan. It was called Delivering for America. It was this restructuring plan that he came up with about 8 years ago. And he was supposed to break even by 2023 and post a $1.7 billion surplus by this year. But he's $8 billion in the hole. So why does this man still have a job?
Right. And part of the purpose or part of the reason, and I didn't know this was on the script, so I don't know all the details, but part of the reason why the Postal Service is having a loss year over year, or at least this big, is because I believe DeJoy, when he was first appointed as postal master, he required and Congress approved the prepayment
of the pension. The
pension.
Yeah.
Which the Postal Service was like, fuck, that's billions of dollars that we already don't have.
Yeah.
And now you're forcing me to prepay or to say, put in escrow basically. All these monies
for all these retirees.
So of course they're going to have a loss.
Because
they can't recover this in a year's time.
I know I've talked about this before. My great uncle, my dad's uncle, was a postal delivery person his entire career, from the time he graduated from high school until he retired. He made more money.
It's a great job.
He made more money as a retiree than he ever made as a postal delivery person. And I'm saying this in like four times as much.
Yeah.
Like literally when he retired, he was making 4 times as much as he ever did.
Yeah.
When he was delivering mail. I mean, there's something wrong with that.
You can shit on it all you want. When you invest all that time, and then I think that's actually something that's a good thing of putting in 25 years of service.
No.
Working your ass off.
Sorry.
Working in the summer.
No, I
snow,
disagree with
sleet,
that.
In the rain.
Yes.
However,
how wonderful that is.
However,
but you just said the magic word right there. 25 years. Or is it 25 or is it 30? Because it is ridiculous. So if you start working,
it is low.
Say you start working at 25 and you work for 25 years and you retire at 50, and then you're going to get a pension for the rest of your life. People are living to be 80, 85, 90 years old now. And we're paying those 25, 30 years for you to sit on your ass and do nothing?
Calm down.
It's bullshit.
That is the minimum time.
No, I don't like it.
That's the minimum time that you have to work to even start drawing. Then, of course, you could stay.
So if you stay longer, you make more.
Of course.
I get that.
But I think the federal government is 25 years.
I don't believe in pensions.
But anyway.
I think people should save their own money for retirement.
Anyway, I think it's actually... It's actually a great job, but
I'm sure it is. What do you mean it's a great job? You did it for 6 months.
If you're age 30 or more, hang it up, because
you're never going to make the money.
You're never going to make the money, because it's going to, at least here in a city, in a large city, it'll take you at least 8 to 10 years before you get a route.
Yeah.
And that's when the time starts.
Right.
To retire. So you're fucked. So you need to start like right at 18, 19, 20.
My suggestion is don't work for the Postal Service. Anyway, maybe most people don't know this, but the Congress gave the Postal Service $100 billion in the last few years to fix their bullshit holes.
Right. So why?
And now DeJoy is asking for $14 billion more.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I want the Postal Service to cover their costs. And if they can't do that, so they want to raise, what did I say? They wanted to raise stamps from 68 cents to 73 cents.
Yeah.
Raise them to $4.48 like Italy and cover your fucking costs.
I don't think it needs to be that high. But I've always thought it should at least be $1.
If you can't cover your costs, I say dismantle it and give that business to Amazon, UPS, and FedEx. Because guess what? Those 3 people, Amazon, UPS, and FedEx, they come to our house every fucking day. So why can't they bring us our mail? They're already coming. They're already coming here.
Well, of course. But
why can't they deliver the mail?
If you shut the fuck up, I tell you, is that they could, but it would take 2/3 of the states to be able to do it. Because you do know that U.S. mail, the Postal Service, is in the Constitution, right? I don't know if people know that.
I understand that it's some kind of
thing
that we're supposed to get.
Yes.
But literally, okay, we've talked about this until we're blue in the face. 99.99999% of the shit that comes to our house in our mailbox goes in the trash.
It's junk. But if I was the Postal Service and that 99.9% of those companies who want to pay me to mail that shit,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right.
And now for something completely different.
I just he kept talking. I turned off his microphone and he kept talking.
I'm going to go now.
You want to keep talking about Postal Service?
No, I'm done, bitch.
Hey, move over, Barbie. We're going to talk about Monopoly. I cannot believe this. When I saw this story, I thought it was an onion piece. This cannot be real. Margot Robbie, you know her. She played Barbie last year in Barbie movie. She also was a producer on the movie. Her Lucky Chat production company is getting together with Lionsgate, and they're developing a movie based on Hasbro's real estate game. We all know it, Monopoly. They're making a movie of Monopoly. How do you even do that?
I don't know.
I didn't know this until I started researching it. Monopoly is apparently the world's most popular board game with 99% global awareness.
I think I may have known
That means 99% of the people on this planet have heard of Monopoly, which I don't believe. There's some pygmies in Africa that don't know about Monopoly.
Couldn't this just be like a Wall Street movie?
A Monopoly is available in 100 countries and has sold over 500,000 million. What's a 500,000 million? That doesn't even make sense. It must be 500 million copies since 1935. Does that make sense? Because I wrote 500,000 million. That would be a lot.
Am I talking now?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Barbie grossed $1.4 billion. So I guess it's a no-brainer that they should go with another toy.
What's the last one? The last one that I know of is the Battleship one. That was a Hasbro game.
Oh, Battleship. Yeah, actually we enjoyed that movie, and it has Rihanna in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't picture how. I don't know how Monopoly would go.
I just want to know how many of the movie characters will be told to go directly to jail.
Oh, maybe. Well, all about Monopoly is rolling the dice and going to a property and
Trying to buy it
and building hotels. It could be like a Donald Trump story.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm sure there's a Trump version of Monopoly. I bet there's a Monopoly version there's a Las Vegas version. There's a Friends version. There's
Star Wars version.
There's a everything version. I think we actually have the Star Wars version somewhere in the house.
No, I think we sold that at a yard sale.
Did we? Yeah, because I don't even like to play the stupid game.
No, it's horrible, and it takes forever.
Their slot machines suck too. Happy to report that Monarch Legacy of Monsters is officially renewed for a second season at Apple TV Plus.
I don't know if I like this.
Did you not enjoy the first one?
I did, but not enough to want a second one. I thought it got kind of weird and corny towards the end.
All right, well, get ready for more because Apple has apparently agreed to develop multiple spin-off series set in the Monsterverse, including Godzilla and King Kong. No word yet on who will return, but I'm voting for Kurt and Wyatt Russell, who I thought were amazing in that.
Well, John Goodman can't come back. He died in the very first episode.
I know, but he was in there. And it could be all flashbacks. The whole second season could be like a prequel.
If they did a prequel,
we need a prequel.
I could get behind that.
Okay.
Because
that means more Kurt and Wyatt.
I like the date and time.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be Wyatt because this would have happened in like the 1960s and the 50s.
Then it would be Wyatt because Wyatt played him as a young guy.
That's true.
There you go. If you guys don't know, Wyatt Russell is Kurt Russell's son, and they played the same character as younger and older. It was really cool. And they are son. You can tell just by looking at them.
Very much.
They sound exactly the same. Even their mouths look the same. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Apple TV is doing a lot of cool stuff right now. We're still loving Palm Royale. We're loving Manhunt, which is the hunt for John Wilkes Booth after he kills Lincoln.
Yeah.
We have one more episode, right? When does that come out? Tonight. Yeah, Wednesday night.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be over. So super cool. And we're about to start watching Benjamin Franklin movie.
Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed Manhunt.
Yeah,
So
it's been very good.
Franklin is on that same level, but I know he's going, he's going to France and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was an important part of what he did. All right, so the big thing that's happening right now in Hollywood is the reboot train. You almost spit your drink out. So 4 different properties have announced just in the last week that they're coming out with reboots. Scary Movie is coming back, y'all. They did 5 movies. The last one was in 2013, but Paramount and Miramax is bringing back Scary Movie because horror movies have been such a big thing in the last few years. So they feel like they have material to do another funny horror movie.
I will say I enjoyed maybe the first 2.
They're funny as shit. I'd laugh out loud funny.
Some of them were just corny.
Oh, corny, of course. Of course corny, but funny.
Yes, and they're stereotypical.
Yes.
Yes, they are funny.
It's like White Girls. White Girls, is that the name of that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I love shit like that.
Yes.
It's funny and horrible and stupid and not PC, and I just fucking love that stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Also in the works.
There is no way White Girls could be made today.
Oh no. It would never go. But people are still watching it and still loving it.
Because it's fucking funny.
I would literally watch it right now. It is so funny.
Those 2 Wayans brothers out of the 10 or 15 or however many they
They're so good.
are the best one. Damon and I can't think of the other one.
And I'm talking to you, Marcy. You need to queue up White Girls and watch it. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. There's so many laugh out loud, like belly laughs. I laugh so hard, and I've seen it like 8.
Yeah,
10
when they're all
times.
in the car singing to the top of their lungs of that Michelle Branch song.
Or when he's pooping in the bathroom. I mean, that's a great scene. There's so many great scenes in those movies. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Blair Witch, Lionsgate is getting together with Blumhouse, which made the original, and they're making a new Blair Witch movie for the new generation.
That first one fucking scared the shit out of me, and I loved it.
Really? I found it so fucking boring.
And I thought the second one was stupid. Well,
I think
maybe it was
paranormal
boring.
activity is so much better, but
this was the first of the kind of that.
there was only
type of
one
movie.
scary part in Blair Witch, and that was the very end.
Okay. Okay.
But hopefully this one's better.
All right.
Yeah, what?
Nothing.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Legally Blonde is coming back. Apparently, Reese Witherspoon doesn't have enough to do with her 85 different series that she has on TV. Her Hello Sunshine Company is revisiting her iconic character with not 1, but 2 spinoffs on Amazon Prime.
I think I only ever saw the first one that was
But wait, the big news here is Amazon Prime, because I thought she was in bed with Apple TV. So apparently she's all over the place.
Oh, maybe something happened there.
Well, she's still on Morning Show.
Well, that's under contract.
Anyway, one of the series that's going to be doing the Legally Blonde spinoff is being written by the Gossip Girl creators. So I'm excited about that because, I'm a huge Gossip Girl fan. So are we excited about that?
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is the news that I don't believe is going to happen. I literally don't believe it's going to happen, but it's been all over the news this week. Melrose Place apparently is coming back. They've got Heather Locklear, Laura Layton, and Daphne Zuniga on board for yet another Melrose Place reboot, and it's being shopped around by CBS. I don't know. I just can't imagine we're going to do this again. Apparently, what they want to do is forget the fact that they did a reboot in 2009, and they want to pick up the story where they left off with the original series. So
I never watched that at all. Not
so you have no idea. So if you look right to my right, you'll see a picture here with the original cast all signed by the cast. Yeah.
I see.
I bought that in an auction. Yeah. It was one of my favorite shows. Now, of course, Melrose Place was a spinoff of 90210, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. So I'm excited about this. I'm worried about Heather Locklear, and I wonder if they can even insure her for this because she's been kind of cuckoo for the last 10 years.
I was about to ask you, one of these people, because I don't know. I know the names. I can't put the face there. One of them's kind of crazy.
Heather Locklear, she goes way back to, she was in the original Dynasty. She was in TJ Hooker. I mean, she's done everything. And then she, of course, was Amanda on Melrose Place, and she was amazing in the original run. But she hasn't had some really good years since then. She's been in and out of jail. She's been in and out of rehab. So I don't know that they can pull this off. Anyway, also one more thing before we go. We got an update, and I'm actually feeling really good about this because around here, if you guys know us, we love the coyote from the Wile E. Coyote from the Roadrunner cartoons. We have this huge picture in our stairwell of the coyote. We love him. They made a movie a couple years ago with Will Forte where the Wile E. Coyote sues the Acme company after decades of having their products fail on him. So he sues them.
It's like the perfect thing.
Yeah. And the company of Acme is represented by John Cena, and we love John Cena. I mean, John Cena. Remember that show, that movie that we loved, Vacation with Friends or whatever?
No.
He used to be a wrestler, right?
Vacation Friends.
Vacation Friends. John Cena's a wrestler.
Yes.
He started as a wrestler. Anyway, I was really excited about this. It's one of those movies where it's live action plus cartoons.
Right.
And everyone was really excited about it. And supposedly it was really great. But then Warner Brothers decided to put it on the shelf and use it as a tax write-off. And that happened about a year and a half ago. But now in an article published by the New York Times just this last week, Warner Brothers says that no final decision has been made. So it's possible Coyote versus Acme might actually be coming out.
I don't understand what the hesitation is.
I don't either. They wanted to take a write-off, just like they did with the Batgirl movie.
I mean, if the movie's in the can, you've already spent all the money on the real live actors. What's there left to do?
They wanted to take a write-off. They wanted to not pay so many taxes that year. So here's a commenter. A commenter online said about the supposed tax write-off that these companies do. If the taxpayers are ultimately paying for your movie, should it not be released and free for everyone to watch as they see fit?
Oh, that's
because we fucking paid for it.
That's a question.
We fucking paid for it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Because it actually sounds like a fun premise.
It does. It sounds like great. And apparently Will Forte said, I saw it. They showed it to us in the studio after it was finished. And he said it was fucking amazing. So it needs to come out. Nice. They said that about the Batgirl movie, too, that was also that Warner Brothers also shelved and nobody has been able to see.
We'll have to start a change.org petition.
Yes, that always helps. Has that ever fucking helped anything?
I don't think so.
Let's start one to shut down the United States Postal Service and to stop the Oakland airport from changing their name.
Changing its name. How stupid it is.
And to get Heather Locklear a really good rehab.
There you go.
Person. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Break it down.
Get swishy with it. Swish edition.
Robert Scott Wallace, a hot man of the people, making people laugh.